as a representative of employer, you should know what is the risk you are taking. Because when you run a business, it's all about taking risk, isn't it? The risk, risk is an Arabic word. And you know what is the meaning? The meaning is earns one's own bread. And every businessman earns his bread by taking risk every day. So you should know, if there is a deviation, if there is a violation, you are taking a risk. But all violations are not high risk. There are violations which involves high risk, medium risk, low risk, where you can have a correction, or it will not end up with prosecution. Probably the risk is low. But there are certain legislations which are very, very important, the violations of which will land up in serious trouble, loss of money and the prosecution, that too against your CEO or the director. For example, Provident Fund and ESI. These are the two acts you have to be very careful. We are covering in detail, especially the Provident Fund and ESI, what are the violations and what are the implications, what will be the penalty. But apart from all these things, the prosecution against the top management, that should really worry any employer or any employer representative. Then one more reason why I told you that you have to be very careful with Provident Fund and ESI is, you see, suppose you don't pay minimum wage. What happens? An employee goes with a complaint. So the Labour Department will issue a notice. He will ask you to pay the difference. They have got powers to fine you 10 times of the payment avoided by you. Generally they don't do. If you pay the money, if you pay the difference, they close the case. But even after they have passed an order, assume that you have not remitted the money, you have not paid the money, then what will happen? The Labour Department has got only limited powers. They cannot come and arrest the employer. They cannot put him behind the bars. The only solution is he has to forward a letter to the collector for revenue recovery. But in the case of Provident Fund and ESI, why I was telling that you have to be very careful is, in 1991, the second schedule and third schedule of the Income Tax Act was made applicable to the Provident Fund and ESI. That means what? That means they can attach your movable property. They can attach your immovable property. They can arrest you. But they don't do all these things. What they do is they simply attach your bank account. That the bank account will be seized under provision that they can attach the movable property. That means everything is finished. No money can go out. Even if you have sales, no money will come inside. So that is why I was repeatedly telling you have to be very careful with Provident Fund and ESI. Details, we are definitely going to go into the details. But no other department has got these powers of income tax other than the Provident Fund and ESI. So basically, you have to divide this risk into three categories: high risk, medium risk and low risk. We will go into details one by one.